Happy Friday, and it is a glorious Friday. Sitting outside on my deck at the close of my day. It's been a long day. My son had to have oral surgery today, this afternoon, and so that was the bulk of my afternoon. But this morning, before I left, we were I did work in my office. I posted a blog. I hadn't posted in a couple of weeks, so I shared um, the link to my blog of my journey to new beginnings. I shared that, and I think that was the main thing that I did as far as, my authorpreneurship goes. And I straightened up the space up there. But this video is really about appreciating life. This week alone, via on Facebook, I learned about the passing of a personal trainer here in Detroit. I'm going to say Detroit, Michigan. I'm not sure if he was in one of the suburbs or not, but from all of the posts and the outpouring of love, that I saw regarding, him as a person, he was a very well-loved person. He was good to people, and he had a very well-lived life. Then my new boo, he told me of a person, young girl in his neighborhood, who they affectionately called Little Scrappy. She was like the little sister of, some guys that he knew in his neighborhood. She was tragically killed in an automobile accident. She was the passenger of a car and that was hit by a drunk driver. Then this morning, while my co-host of Conversations with Widows is enjoying her birthday in Miami, trying to enjoy her birthday weekend in Miami, she gets the news that a very close co-worker of hers passed away this morning. And this woman who passed away was very instrumental in her life, a very good friend, like a mother figure to her, like a grandmother figure, to her 6-year-old son. And so now she has to relate to him the passing of another person, that he loves. And, he's 6 years old, That's going to be a lot, for him to take. It's going to be a lot for her to have to, share this news with him. My prayers, go out to her. And I know that, God's got her son just like he has her, just like he has all of us. We all get dealt, an individual hand of cards. Some of us will have, all the great cards, but every now and then you're gonna get hit, with something. None of us are going to have, or none of us have lives that are unaffected by tragedy, by hurt, by pain. And it comes when you least expect it, And I know a lot of people, kind of get turned off of Facebook for a lot of reasons. And I think that Facebook is one of the social media platforms where people share, they share everything. They share the good stuff, they share the bad stuff, they share the trivial stuff, they share the stuff that shouldn't be shared, all the time. But I don't get off of Facebook because I have developed what I like to call the power of ignore. So things that, if it's feeding my energy in a negative way, I just scroll on past it. I don't feed into the negativity. And it does get sometimes overwhelming, going on Facebook, you're having a great day. And then you go through and you see, oh, this person passed, or this person, struggling with breast cancer. But I don't let that stuff run me off of Facebook or any type of social media. And I'm not saying that that's what ran anybody off in particular, but I'm just saying for myself, I have to stay engaged, because the messages of, tragedies that affect people, it's something that you can't run away from. You can't log out of life. Death is a part of life. And I think that, God uses it to reinforce to us tomorrow's not promised. And whenever I see a person, young, old, middle age, when they pass away, whether it was they got an illness, the car accident, whatever, it's like it could have been me, but I don't know, just like you don't know the day and the time that God is going to call you home, that God is going to say your journey here on earth is over. No matter what it is that you're trying to accomplish in life, I got another book in the works. I want to, get into a new career. I want to still vacation. I have a lot of things that I want to do. I want to enjoy my grandbaby. I want to see my daughter have more babies. That's what I want. But only God knows what He is going to allow me to see in my lifetime. When it's time for me to go, nobody's ready, because we're always planning for tomorrow. We're always planning for next week, next year, next month, 5 years from now. We got our 5-year plans and everything, but it's okay to do that. But it's so important to live in today and enjoy the day that you have been given. And that's why I am sitting out here on my deck that I wanted for last 2 years. I've wanted this deck since I moved back to my house after my household tragedy, after my family tragedy, after my husband passed away, and I had to spend a year living in a rental home waiting for my home to be repaired. Came back in my house, and I'm like, man, I really want a deck. And God allowed me to finally find someone to do it for me. I've had some problems, as a result. Anyway, I won't even get into the problems, because problems are just a part of life. It's no getting away from them. But the only thing that you have control over is your attitude. I have control over my attitude. And so whatever problems that I have incurred, in my house, being a homeowner, it's always something. Property taxes go up, repairs need to be done, more money. I left my job, 3 weeks ago. The week that I'm leaving my job, my son decides to crack his tooth and need oral surgery. Insurance don't cover a whole lot of it. He needed to be sedated. More money. It's always something, but God says in His word, cast all your cares, cast your cares on Him. Whatever needs to get done, it's going to get done, but at the end of the day, He says, we're judged according to how we treat people, how we love on people. I believe that, Jesus said in the Bible, about the greatest commandment is to love ye one another. It wasn't pay these bills on time by the due date, make sure you have a 750, 800 credit score. That's not what I'm worried about. Not at this point in my life. I wasn't worried about a 750 score, 20 years ago. But I did, try to get everything. Oh, I got to pay this bill by the due date. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to go to church every single Sunday, to be right with God. And no, keep living, and you learn what's really important in life. What's important in my life? My son in that house right now playing his video game. My daughter in her house with her husband and her grandbaby. My mother, about a few miles away from me. My sister, all of my family. That's who's important to me. My friends are important to me. How I treat them is important to me. The people in our lives are the most important people, in addition, to ourselves, of course. Self-care, self-love is number one, you know. So I'm enjoying the moment. That's what I'm doing. I'm enjoying this moment, the space and time, you know. That's what I'm doing, and I hope that you're doing the same. So that's all I got for you.